Assalamu alaikum, this is Salim Kadir welcoming you to news at 5 p.m. on BTV and BTV World. The Executive Committee of the National Economic Council, ECNEC, has approved 8 projects at a cost of 15,856 crore and 80 lakh taka. The approval came at a meeting held with ECNEC Chairperson and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in the chair at the NEC conference room in the capital's Sher-e-Bangla Nagar today. The Premier joined it virtually from the Gana Bhavan. Cabinet members and secretaries concerned were present at the meeting. The approved projects are turning the Chattogram-Rangamati National Highway from Hatar Hajari to Raujan into 4 lanes, Dhaka Mass Rapid Development Line 6 project, Itakhola, Motkhola, Kotaidi Road and Noyapara, Arai Hajar, Noshindi Raipura, 2 regional highways expansion project under Noshindi Roads, and Highways Department gas pipeline installation project from Dhanua to Mymensingh in order to supply gas to the Mymensingh Combined Cycle Power Plant, population-based cervical and breast cancer screening program with electronic data tracking project. Khagrachari town and its surrounding areas infrastructure protection from river erosion project, Upazila management and development project, and Greater Dinajpur district rural infrastructure development project. After the meeting, Planning Minister M.A. Mannan briefed reporters. He said of the approved projects, 4 are new while 4 are revised. The Planning Minister said the Prime Minister gave some instructions at the ECNEC meeting. The Premier has directed authorities concerned to ensure quality of rural road development and construction work. The Planning Minister said the head of the government has also issued directives to ensure parking facilities at important stations in the Metro Railway project. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina has said the Ukraine war has been causing huge sufferings to the common people as a whole. The Prime Minister said this when visiting Indian Army Chief General Manoj Pande, who paid a courtesy call on her at Gana Bhavan today. Later, briefing the newsmen, Prime Minister's Press Secretary Ehsanul Karim said they discussed various issues including the ongoing military cooperation between the two countries. Sheikh Hasina said all the countries, including developed nations like the USA, are being affected due to Ukraine-Russian war. In this regard, she mentioned that the US government itself is sending messages to its people to save electricity and energy. During the meeting, the Prime Minister pointed out the current flood situation in Bangladesh and said it was caused by recent flash floods in Assam, Meghalaya and Arunachal states. In this context, the Premier mentioned that Bangladesh stands ready to work together with India to overcome any sort of natural disasters. Sheikh Hasina said the main aim of the countries in South Asia is to remove poverty and work together to elevate conditions of the people in the region. At the meeting, the Indian Army Chief appraised the Prime Minister of his meeting with the Bangladesh Army Chief on military cooperation. General Manoj Pande mentioned his visit to Bangabandhu Memorial Museum at Dhanmondi 32 and said it was very touchy and it will be a symbol of sacrifice that will inspire the new generations to love the country. Principal Secretary to the Prime Minister Dr. Ahmed Kaikus was present in the meeting. The Directorate General of Health Services is conducting a special campaign to give booster dose to more than 75 lakh people across the country. The number of vaccinated people is less this time compared to number during the previous campaigns. Reporters say the number of booster dose receivers are still under 20% in Bangladesh. It is learned that although the campaign is running for booster dose, people can also take second dose during the campaign. According to the World Health Organization, 76% people of Bangladesh have been inoculated first dose of corona vaccine, while the number of people who have taken second dose is 71%. However, statistics shows booster doses have been given to only 18% of people. Earlier, the Health Department implemented a campaign to bring 1 crore people under vaccination. A Dhaka court today sentenced the chairperson and the CEO of JKG Healthcare as well as 6 others to 11 years in jail in a case filed over the issuance of fake COVID-19 test reports. Dhaka Additional Chief Magistrate Mohammad Tofazzal Hossain handed down the punishment to Ariful Haq Chowdhury, the CEO, his wife Dr. Sabrina Shamin Hussain, and executives Shafiqul Islam, Humayun Kabir, his wife Tanzina Patwari, Said Chowdhury, Zebunnisa Rima, and Biplab Dash after holding them guilty. Sabrina has been in jail since her arrest in the case on July 12 in 2020. Her husband and others were arrested on June 23 from JKG Healthcare's office at Confidence Tower in posh Gulshan area of Dhaka. JKG Healthcare allegedly issued 27,000 coronavirus reports without following proper test procedures, and most of them turned out to be fake. On August 20, a Dhaka court framed charges against Sabrina and 7 others in the case. Awami League General Secretary Obaidul said dream of BNP leaders that hold load shedding will cause fall of government will simply turn into nightmares soon. He said this at a briefing at his residence today. The Awami League General Secretary said people did not get electricity during the rule of the BNP, instead they got poles. Obaidul called upon people of the country to undergo with patience the temporary inconveniences caused by load shedding. He has also urged people to have confidence in Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, who turns crisis into prospects.
BNP নেতারা বলছেন লোডশেডিং নাকি সরকার পতনের কারণ হতে পারে। বিএনপি নেতাদের এই রঙিন খোয়াব অচিরেই দুঃস্বপ্নে পরিণত হবে। যারা দেশকে অন্ধকারে নিমজ্জিত করেছিল দিনের পর দিন, তারা আজ বিদ্যুৎ নিয়ে কথা বলেন। জনগণ বিদ্যুৎ সংযোগহীন খাম্বা দুর্নীতির কথা এখনো ভুলে যায়নি। বিএনপি আমলে আসলে জনগণ বিদ্যুৎ পায়নি, পেয়েছিল খাম্বা। বাংলাদেশেও করোনার করাল গ্রাসের সঙ্গে সংগ্রাম করে প্রধানমন্ত্রী দেশরত্ন শেখ হাসিনা সুদক্ষ নেতৃত্বে আমাদের অর্থনীতিকে সচল রেখেছে। কিন্তু সাম্প্রতিককালে রাশিয়া ইউক্রেন যুদ্ধ এবং আন্তর্জাতিক পরিণতি বিশ্বের অনেক দেশের মতো বাংলাদেশের অর্থনীতিকে আবারও কিছুটা হুমকির মুখে ফেলেছে। যুদ্ধের প্রভাবে জ্বালানি মার্কেট চরম অস্থিতিশীল হয়ে উঠছে। এই পরিস্থিতিতে দেশের অর্থনীতি যাতে কোনো বড় ধরনের ক্ষতির সম্মুখীন না হয়, সে লক্ষ্যে সরকারকে আগেভাগে কিছু সতর্কতামূলক ব্যবস্থা নিতে হচ্ছে। সাময়িক অসুবিধা ধৈর্য ধরার এবং সহযোগিতা করার জন্য দেশবাসীকে আমরা আহ্বান জানাচ্ছি। কারো কথায় কান দেবেন না। আশা করছি বঙ্গবন্ধু কন্যার নেতৃত্বে অল্প সময়ের মধ্যে এই সংকট থেকে উত্তরণ হবে।
The Election Commission has talked with Bangladesh Islami Oikyajote today. On the third day, the EC initiated dialogue to decide its course of action for the next parliamentary elections. Acting Chairman of Islami Oikyajote, Abul Hasnat Amini, other leaders of the party and election commissioners were present in the meeting. In his speech, Chief Election Commissioner Qazi Habibul Awwal said the Election Commission is working to ensure a free, fair and neutral election. He said the Election Commission is determined to hold a neutral election. The Chief Election Commissioner also urged the political parties to hold intra-party discussions. We now begin with international news. Western Europe faces more sweltering temperatures today as ferocious heat waves heads north. In France and the UK, extreme heat warnings were issued, while northern Spain recorded temperatures of 43 degrees Celsius on Monday. Deadly wildfires in France, Portugal, Spain and Greece have forced thousands of people to evacuate their homes. The UK is expected to see its hottest day ever, and experts say parts of France face a heat apocalypse. 2 people were killed by forest fires in Spain's northwestern Zamora region, and trains in the area were halted because of fire near the tracks. An elderly couple died while trying to escape fires in northern Portugal. Several parts of France saw the hottest ever days, with the western cities of Nantes recording 42 degrees Celsius, the National Weather Office said. Wildfires in recent days forced more than 30,000 people to flee, with emergency shelters set up for evacuees. Leaders of Russia, Turkey and Iran are meeting in Tehran today to discuss peace process in Syria. Reports say Russian President Vladimir Putin will meet Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan at a meeting which is likely to be dominated by issues like grain exports, Syria and Ukraine war. Today's visit will offer Putin the opportunity to deepen ties with Iran, one of Moscow's few remaining international allies and a fellow target of Western economic sanctions. Putin is visiting Iran today in just his second foreign trip since he launched the invasion of Ukraine in February. The Russian leader has limited its international visits to former Soviet states since war broke out in Ukraine. In June, Putin made his first international trip since February when he visited Tajikistan and Turkmenistan, both former members of USSR, now led by authoritarian rulers and Russian allies. Rescue teams in Punjab province of Pakistan have recovered at least 21 bodies, with more people believed to be missing. The vessel had been ferrying wedding guests across the Indus River when it overturned. Local officials said the vessel was heavily loaded at the time of the incident and had been transporting more than 100 wedding guests. That's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us. We request you to follow the health guidelines. Please wear a mask and stay safe from corona. Until then, Khuda Hafiz.